The honest woodcutter. Once upon a time, in a small village by the edge of a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter named Ramu. He was a hardworking and honest man. Every morning, he would go deep into the forest with his old iron axe, chop down wood, and sell it in the town market. The little money he earned was just enough to buy food for himself and his family. Ramu never complained about his simple life. He believed that hard work and honesty were more important than wealth. One hot afternoon, he was chopping wood near a river that flowed through the forest. The place was calm and quiet, with the sound of birds singing and the gentle breeze rustling the leaves. While cutting a big tree trunk, his axe slipped from his sweaty hands and fell straight into the deep river. The water was fast and clear, but the riverbed was so deep that the axe disappeared completely. "Oh no," cried Ramu, looking helplessly at the river. "That was my only axe. How will I earn a living now?" He sat down on a rock and buried his face in his hands. He was heartbroken. He knew he didn't have enough money to buy a new axe. Just then, a beautiful fairy appeared out of the shining water. She wore a dress that sparkled like sunlight and her voice was soft and kind. "Why are you so sad, good man?" she asked gently. Ramu stood up and bowed. "Dear fairy, my axe fell into the river by mistake. It's all I have to earn my living. Without it, I cannot feed my family." The fairy smiled. "Don't worry, I will help you." She dove into the water and after a moment came up holding a shining golden axe. The handle sparkled and the blade gleamed like fire. "Is this your axe?" she asked. Ramu looked at it in wonder, but he shook his head. "No, kind fairy, that's not mine. My axe was just an old iron one. I am a poor man. I have never owned anything made of gold." The fairy nodded and disappeared into the water again. This time, she came up with a silver axe that shone brightly under the sunlight. "Perhaps this one is yours?" she asked. Ramu looked at it and sighed. "No, fairy, that's not mine either. My axe was made of plain iron. Though these are beautiful, I cannot take something that doesn't belong to me." The fairy smiled once more and went down into the river again. When she came out, she held a simple iron axe, the same one Ramu had lost. "Is this the one you dropped?" she asked. Ramu's eyes filled with joy. "Yes, that's mine. Thank you so much," he said, taking it gratefully in his hands. The fairy was pleased with his honesty. "You are a good and truthful man," she said, "because you did not lie or try to take what was not yours. I will reward you. Take all 3 axes, the gold, the silver and the iron. May you and your family live happily." Ramu was surprised but very happy. He thanked the fairy many times and returned home with the 3 axes. When he reached his village, he told everyone what had happened. The villagers admired his honesty and congratulated him. But one greedy woodcutter from the same village thought, "If I do the same, I can get gold and silver axes too." The next day, the greedy man went to the same river and threw his axe into the water on purpose. Then he sat down and began to cry loudly, pretending to be sad. Hearing his cries, the same fairy appeared again. "Why are you crying?" she asked. "My axe fell into the river," said the greedy man, pretending to look upset. The fairy went into the river and brought out a golden axe. "Is this your axe?" The greedy man's eyes gleamed. Yes, that's mine," he said quickly, hoping to get the gold. But the fairy immediately became angry. "You are lying," she said. "You are greedy and dishonest. You do not deserve any reward." The fairy disappeared into the river with the golden axe, leaving the man with nothing, not even his old axe. The greedy woodcutter went home crying, realizing that his greed had cost him everything. From that day on, the villagers remembered Ramu as the honest woodcutter, and his story was told again and again to teach everyone the value of truthfulness. Moral of the story: honesty is the best policy. Greed and lies may give temporary gain, but in the end, honesty always brings true reward and peace of mind.